Hello British Vogue, this is Naomi Campbell and this is my life in looks. This is my first fashion week in UK in London, and this was Jasper Conran. I mean, if you got booked by Jasper Conran, it was a big deal. It used to be at the Olympia. I just remember all these incredible models that used to fly in to do Jasper Conran, and I started to recognize some of the models that I'd seen on magazines. I was in total awe to be in that show. Thank you, Jasper. And next is Yves Saint Laurent. This was my first couture show ever, and it was at the Intercontinental in Paris, which is a very skinny, long runway with a big chandelier in the middle, that one you had to pay attention to. And this dress that he put on me was the plume dress, and I just couldn't believe he gave me that dress because I was like the baby of the group. I was 17. But I have great memories of working for Mr. Saint Laurent. Next picture. This is from the Freedom video. I think it was a leotard. And I think there's something that should have got underneath it. The stylist was on this video, Camilla Nickerson, and the director was David Fincher. I was the first day of shooting, coming straight from Thierry Mugler's show in Paris, which consisted of 5 to 6 shows. So we started at like 10 a.m. in the morning and we finished at like 3 a.m. in the next morning. And I had to get the first plane, because there were no trains, back to London to shoot this video. So I did not sleep. Yeah, I remember that. This is Azzedine Alaïa, my papa, and this catsuit I own. I just loved doing all of Azzedine's shows because one, it was great that all the girls were together. It wasn't at the same time as the other shows, so it was more relaxed and we were just, you know, during shows, we bond and get to hang out and just have a big reunion. And he was the most unique designer to work for. This picture is also Azzedine Alaïa, and this dress I wore and I also have. And this picture is taken on my 21st birthday, which was done at Laura Belle's in New York. Who organized my birthday was the wonderful Jason Weinberg. That was a lot of fun. I believe that I was 10 minutes late and Madonna might have told me off. This is the great fall for me. There's nothing you can do. You can see by the shoes that it wasn't something that I, in my mind, thought that I had to walk just on a regular way, but in these type of platforms from Vivienne Westwood, I'm wearing rubber stockings, so I couldn't feel my toes and I couldn't really feel my feet. I realized after the fact that I had to walk on the tip toe and not on the heel, so don't put the pressure on the whole foot. And so I went down, but it's okay. I got back up and I finished my walk. Here we are next to me wearing a model sock t-shirt. This was given to me by David Sorrenti, Mario Sorrenti's young brother. I was shooting this film called Girl 6 with Spike Lee, and I was a phone sex operator in the movie, and he asked me, would I wear this t-shirt during filming? And I said, why not? I took the t-shirt and I wore it. This is Alexander McQueen. These horns, which I understand now that Isabella Blow and Lee picked these horns. I've actually seen the original horns and Philip Tracy. I've seen the original that Philip has. I mean, walking for Alexander McQueen was just always so special. You walked into his land, into his world, and it was a production, it was a fantasy, it was everything that I think people love about going to fashion shows and miss. That was definitely what Lee McQueen shows were like. That was definitely what John Galliano shows were like. Those type of fairy tale shows that we don't really get to see very much anymore. And this was Gianni Versace Couture at the Ritz. I was not meant to be the bride of this show. It got switched out. I would never have known that I was never going to see Gianni again after this show. So this was a very special moment for me to be the bride of Gianni for his last show. And I also got to shoot the campaign with Mario Testino afterwards, I remember, and Lisa Marie Presley too. This was in the Ritz in Paris. Versace shows always held their couture shows in the Ritz in Paris. And here we are, John Galliano at Christian Dior, and this was the same time, 1997. This outfit was incredible. I felt so special wearing it. I've seen it tried to be recreated. This was a great show, and I was just really happy that I got to wear this magnificent piece. This was in Pretoria, Johannesburg, with President Nelson Mandela. When Gianni Versace died, out of the 13 years that I worked for him, I only missed 2 shows. And I asked him, because both times was to go and visit President Nelson Mandela. President Nelson Mandela loved wearing Versace shirts, as you can see. And Gianni and Donatella made 50 shirts to give me to take to President Nelson Mandela. They made my dress, instead of Marilyn Monroe, they made my dress with Nelson Mandela's face on it. And I believe that it was auctioned and the buyer was Michael Jackson, but I never saw it again. So I had to take it off and leave it in South Africa, and whoever bidded the highest got the dress. I wish I knew who had it. Someone knows where it is? Let us know. This was in London. Versace did a show with Versace and diamonds. I was wearing Lawrence Graff, and if you look at my diamond, it's huge blue diamond, because I was not allowed to wear Oppenheimer diamonds because of apartheid. But we love Lawrence Graff because Lawrence Graff is one of the companies and as a person that takes care of the people in the mining that take care of the diamonds. This is Italian Vogue that I shot with Stephen Meisel, styled by Edward Enfield. And this was Franca Sozzani's black issue, of which she went into print, I believe, 3 times. This was something that Franca was told would never work. It was a privilege and an honor to be on this cover, one that I will always treasure. I bought all of this stuff in December 2019, not really knowing for sure what was coming, but it became handy. I was told and have read that I took them from hospitals and that I did obscene things to get this mask, hazmat suit, and gloves. I just want you to know I bought it all on Amazon. This was the video with our Queen Bee. I was very happy when she asked me to fly out to LA and be a part of this brown skin girl video. This song represents a lot for us brown skin women, and it's something that will go down in history, and it's something that I will play my children. This will probably be the only time that you will see my daughter, and she has changed a lot from then. I don't think I'll do this again. It was for family. And this is Dolce Gabbana Fall Winter 2024 that we just did in Milan. And this was a great collection. It had a very Parisian Guy Bourdin type of vibe, yet still showing this typical, amazing Dolce Gabbana DNA. Dolce Gabbana keeps on giving. Thank you for joining me on My Life in Looks.